Oh man, I have to go to 2.
Gerardo Hernandez is now reunited with his family, and he is able to care for his wife and daughters, but more importantly, he no longer has to face each day with fear. Leanne is an American citizen and met Gerardo more than 8 years ago in the restaurant where they both worked. Their story is similar to that of many people in this country. They fell in love, they got married, and now have a family. But Gerardo's undocumented immigration status always caused fear and threatened to rip their family apart. They decided to take action, consult an experienced immigration attorney, and start the process of legalizing his status and leaving fear behind.
Definitivamente sí, las puertas están un poco.
Definitely yes, the doors are a little more open and you have some more opportunities to choose what you want to do, where you want to go, and what you want to be.
I mean, it didn't have to worry anymore. I was so scared that, one day he could get deported or he could get pulled over without his driver's license and, go to jail or something. It was always a worry. And then when he was granted that, I just felt relief and happiness and felt like we could finally build a life together.
The process is known as the Provisional Waiver Program and became available in March of 2013. The Provisional Waiver Program allows you to know if your waiver application is approved before leaving the United States and drastically reduces the uncertainty of the process and length of time required to remain out of the U.S.
Before, you had to leave and go to your country before you were able to submit a waiver. Today, you can do all of that while you're here in the United States. And so what that allows is, by the time that your waiver is approved and you go to your country to apply for your green card, that you're likely going to be able to come back without any issue.
The Provisional Waiver Program is not a new law, but makes the same general process faster and easier for someone married to a U.S. citizen and who meets the eligibility criteria. The new Provisional Waiver Program, to overcome the 10-year bar for unlawful presence, does not change the immigrant visa process. Thus, even if the Provisional Waiver for unlawful presence is approved, the applicant must still leave the United States to attend an immigrant visa interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate abroad.
It's drastically changed the length of time that somebody has to spend in their country. Before, we were telling people anywhere from 3 to maybe 18 months, sometimes 10 years if their waiver never was approved, to now they only have to go for maybe 3 to 10 days.
You must have an approved I-130. You must be the husband or wife of a U.S. citizen. Spouses of lawful permanent residents do not qualify for the Provisional Waiver Program at this time. You must pay the immigrant visa application fee and notify the Department of State of your intention to pursue the Provisional Waiver Program. You have to prove extreme hardship to your U.S. citizen spouse.
So they're looking for medical conditions of close family members. They're looking for interruption to custody arrangements, interruption to career opportunities, interruption to educational opportunities. And those are all focused upon the U.S. citizen spouse, not somebody else, not the foreign national.
Each case must be evaluated on an individual basis, and the processing time for each case may be different. But the Provisional Waiver Program offers substantial benefits for all who qualify. I believe that out of the whole process, what made me the happiest was when I went through the door at the airport and saw my 2 daughters and my wife waiting for me. We kissed, we cried, we laughed. There were no words. My daughters jumped. They were waiting for me with a welcome sign. I don't know how to describe it. It was something very special. You should speak to an experienced immigration attorney to determine if you qualify for the Provisional Waiver Program. Step out of the shadows and leave the fear behind. Call the immigration attorneys at Broyles, Kite, and Ricafort today. The bilingual line is 317-571-3600.